Hello everyone. So we are back with the next session on employee motivation. So in the previous session, in the last session of employee motivation, we have discussed about the SMART goals, like how to set SMART goal and how SMART goal is directly related to motivating the employees. If you are just setting a goal which are not smart, which do not have a time bound, which are not specific, which are not measurable, it is very difficult to motivate the employer to keep the morale of the employee high. But if we set the smart goal, if we set the goal which are specific, which are measurable, which are time bound, which are realistic, so it helps the employees to achieve those goals easily and quickly and be motivated to achieve that goal. Now, in today's session, we will be talking about the types of motivation which are there for the employees. Now, if I just ask you, like, let's say you will be working into the organization in next 1 year or 2 years, like you will be also starting your work in the organization, you'll be working in the organization. So what do you think? What are the different types of motivation that can motivate you? What all things motivates you in the organization? What do you think? Being an employee, being a person, you also know that, okay, if I want, I'll get this thing, then this thing is going to motivate me. Let's say, for me, if I get recognition in the organization, so they're not increasing. I don't want any kind of monetary benefit. I do not want any kind of hike. But if they simply recognize my efforts, they simply say that, yes, you did a great job. Your idea we are working was really nice. It is really appreciable. I'll feel motivated. Next time, if they're going to give me the next task, I am going to give my best. I am going to work with full of the efficiency. And why that is going to happen? The reason is I got what I wanted. I got something which motivated me to come up with more best and better solutions. The next is achievement. So here today we will be talking about the different types of motivation in the organization, which keeps the motivation of the employee high, which improves their productivity and innovativity. Along with that, improves their efficiency also. So here we will be basically discussing about 9 different types of motivation. The first type of motivation is achievement motivation. Now, what is achievement motivation? What do you think? What is achievement motivation? So, achievement motivation means you are specifically performing some task to achieve specific objectives. You are committed to a vision and accomplishing an objective that's attaining the award. You're just doing that work just to get the achievement, just to be motivated by that achievement thing. You want to achieve something in the organization. So it typically refers to the level of one's motivation to engage in achievement. Like it can be behavioral based on the interaction of the based on the interaction, like what you want, what is your need of achievement, what you want to achieve. So on that basis, you perform the best, you give your best so that you can be motivated by your achievement motivation. So an achievement motive is an impulse to master challenge and reach a new high standard of excellence. So you are simply working towards reaching the new high level of excellence, like you are doing something which is above expectation. You are doing something beyond your efficiency. You are showing a different side of you. So here both personal and situational factors influence the achievement motivation. in this, what the individual do, he basically interacts with the employees, with the environment, and he simply have one desire, that he just want to achieve something in his life. So this is the achievement motivation, when you want to achieve something in your life. So here what you have to do, first you have to identify that achievement motivation, like what achievement motivation you have. Then you have to find the source of that achievement motivation. And basically this achievement motivation is a kind of intrinsic motivation. It is not affected, it is not something which you have got from the external environment, it is something which you have got from within. That is the form of intrinsic motivation. Along with that, what are the sources? What can be the sources of achievement motivation? So the sources can be, you can get achievement motivation from parents, you can get achievement motivation from your colleagues, from your boss. So anyone can motivate you with this. So here what you do, you just give your best and higher performance. You just simply believe in executing the best with the best of your excellence, best of your knowledge. And you have a very strong mind setting to accomplish the given task. Because until and unless you are not going to finish up that task, you won't be motivated. It is the happiness of finishing off something, of achieving something. Let's say you have got a project, and achievement motivation means you just want to finish off this project perfectly and within the time frame, and that is what motivates you, and that is the form of achievement motivation. The second type of motivation is the power motivation. Power means when you spend hundreds of hours to build your own business or become an expert in your field, you're trying to get control over your livelihood. You have reached at such a place where you can have full control of your livelihood. Along with that, you also have the full control over the life of other people also. So this power motivation can be exercised by a businessman. This power motivation can be exercised by a leader. This power motivation can be exercised this power motivation can be exercised by the manager. So whosoever, any person who is in a state where he can influence, he can command, he can direct the work of other people, it is known as power motivation. So in the organization, who have this power motivation? The manager, because he can exercise his power. He is in a state where he can direct the people to do some work. He can influence the people. He can control the work of other persons. That is why he is influenced by power motivation. So in many employees, they perform their best when they have that power in hand. You'll find an employee who was unable to meet up the expectation is now performing beyond the others' expectation. The only reason is earlier he was an employee and now he's leading a team. He has got a power in his hand which helps him, which motivates him to perform his best. And this is what is one of the reason where you will see that at times all of a sudden people they start delivering their best, they starts being more productive, and the reason for that is the power motivation. When if there are some people who are motivated by the power only, they just want to be in the powerful position, and for that they give their best. Fear motivation. The fear of negative consequence can drive you to avoid an unpleasant experience such as termination of employment, demotion, lawsuit, stagnation in a role, and more. What is fear motivation? The fear of losing the job, the fear of demotion, the fear of termination, the fear of stagnation in a role, the fear of filing the lawsuit, the fear of charging, imposing huge penalties. You know, this fear makes you do something, makes you achieve your set goals and objectives on time. You know, there are many people in the organization whom you will see that despite giving them number of warnings, they do not take their work or take their task seriously. They never deliver their work on time. Why? The reason here is they are not very punctual, they are not very dedicated, they are not motivated to work. So here, giving them that fear motivation, telling them if they are not going to meet up the expectation, if they are not going to deliver the best, they are going to be fired. You know, they will be fired from the job. This fear motivation inspires them, motivates them to achieve their set goals and objectives on time. It is because of this fear motivation that they started finishing of the work on time. Though we cannot say that fear motivation is a positive motivation which should be implemented or which should be used in the organization, but at many times it becomes really very important to use this fear motivation to make your employees work with their efficiency and increase their productivity. So fear motivation is not necessarily healthy or sustainable. It can be somewhat effective motivator in the short term. It can be somewhat effective motivator. You know, every time if you're saying, okay, if you're not going to finish up the work, you'll be fired. If you're not going to finish up the work, you will be getting demotion. Every time this is not going to work. But for once and twice, if you are using this fear motivation, then definitely it is going to work and it is going to deliver the best results. It is the third type of motivation. So here, achievement is an intrinsic positive motivation. Power is an extrinsic positive motivation, but fear is a intrinsic. It's a combination of intrinsic and extrinsic. Negative motivation, which the managers, the leaders, the people in the powerful position uses against the people, against the employees who are not productive. Fourth is affiliation motivation. This motivation encourages social interaction amongst the individual. They just want to be affiliated with the other group of people in the organization. So it is something which encourages the social interaction among the people. A person who is driven by affiliation gets motivated by the spirit of cooperation and by others accepting their desirable attitude. So whenever he'll see that yes, people are accepting him, people are accepting his views, there is cooperation in the team member, he is motivated by that. The sense of belongingness and contribution to the common good can drive you to become a better person. So here, affiliation motivation simply focuses on the sense of belongingness and contribution towards the common goal. They just want some kind of social interaction. They want people around them, and that is something which motivates them. The next is competence motivation. competence. What does the word competence means? Competing? Yes. So competence motivation is something where people are driven to engage in activities to develop or demonstrate their skills. Competence motivation pushes people to become highly proficient in what they do. So if let's say they are the software, let's say they are the software engineer, they just try to gain the entire knowledge, just want to be the master in that field, that they become highly proficient and they know each and everything about that specific field, and that is known as competence motivation. It is a motivation. They motivate themselves that yes, you can do this challenging task. It is something which is building confidence in yourself. So competence motivation, one example can be that you are good in running but you have never participated in marathon. So with competence motivation, you just motivate yourself, so you give the confidence to yourself that yes, you can do it and you can run in the marathon. That is the competence motivation. They become subject master specialists in critical aspect of their job. So whatever subject they are doing, choosing whatever job role they are doing, they just become the subject expert and subject masters for that specific role. Now for that role, you can ask them anything and everything and they will have the answer for each and every question which you are going to ask them. So that is the competence motivation. So for this set of people, their motivation comes from being able to use their competence where it will make the biggest difference. So they just want to use their competence at a place where it is going to create a difference in their life or in the life of other person. So this is known as competence motivation. The next is the attitude motivation. This is a motivation that drives an individual to change other person's perception or thought. So you carry a specific type of attitude where you are driving, you just drive the other person, other individual to change their perception or thoughts for any specific person or for any situation. So that is your attitude. You carry your attitude along with them, with which you influence the other person to change their perception. Attitude motivated people seeks to chance their interaction with other people by improving social engagement. So again, these are the people who just want to interact with people and they just want to improve their social engagement. Next is expectancy motivation. Individuals are motivated by the expectation of a desired result, the result of certain efforts. So you just want you expect something for the efforts, for the work you have done. So it measures the degree to which the reward of a particular action motivates you to pursue the achievement of your goal. And the focus of this motivation is that you should select activities in which you are certain of achieving the desired result. So expectancy, you will be expecting something and that expectation can only be fulfilled when you are achieving the desired result. So basically it says that you focus and you select those activities where you can deliver and do your best. The eighth is the incentive motivation, the last one. So incentives, we all are aware about the word incentive. So incentive motivation is when you are motivated to perform a task because of a potential reward. You just want to get some reward and just for that purpose, you are motivated and you just deliver your best. The people who are incentive motivated typically do not focus on the process of achieving a goal, so long as they get the reward. So till the time they'll be getting reward for achieving the goal, they'll be working towards it. But in case if they do not get the return for the goals, if they do not get the return for the achievement of the said goals and objectives, they won't be motivated further to get to achieve those set goals and objectives. So basically, there are 8 different types of motivation which keeps the motivation of the employees high in the workplace. And out of these 8, only one is the negative motivation, that is the fear-based motivation. But see, in organization, for some specific set of people, that is the best motivation which works for them. The next topic which we are going to start today is how motivation is related to goal setting. We have studied about the types of motivation. We have studied about goal setting and what are goals, how to set the goals, what are SMART goals, everything we have done. But how motivation is related to goal setting? So there is a very strong relation between motivation and goal setting. The relation here is create the goals. To keep yourself motivated, it is the powerful way, it is the key towards your motivation that you create the goals. Set the goals. Until and unless you are not going to set the goals for you, until and unless you do not know what you want to achieve in your life, you won't be motivated for doing anything in your life. So creating goal is one of the powerful way to keep your motivation level up, to keep your motivation level high. It helps direct your energy to things that makes the most difference in your work and your life. You know what it does? Every person, every individual have potential to do and to achieve something in your life, but they are unable to do that. Why they are unable to do that? They are unable to do that because they forget to set goals for themselves. A person who is a very good artist, he doesn't put up his energy in being a great artist, in delivering the best result. If you set the goals, it will help you to use your entire energy to do something that is going to create difference in your work and your life. Just think, if you would have done something where you are simply, you know, setting your goal as a profession, you will see that you have created a difference in your life. You will see that your work and your life is much better than what you were living without using your entire energy in the set goals, in the thing which could have brought out the best for you. So if you create a goal in your life, it will help you to direct your energy, to use your energy for the things that is going to make difference in your work as well as in your life. Consider using the SMART technique to set the goals. Along with this, it is very important that you consider using the SMART technique of creating the goals. Second is tell people your goal. We are afraid of failures, right? As an individual, every person, every individual is afraid of failure. And even, we are even afraid that, oh my God, we told the people that we are going to do this, and now we are not working on that. What people are going to think about us? We are not afraid about what we are thinking about us. But yes, we do worry. This is the honest thing. We cannot deny the fact that no, we are not bothered about what others are thinking. But believe me, being an individual, we are more bothered about what the other person, the individual, is thinking about us. We are least bothered that what we will think about us if we are unable to achieve the goal. So for that purpose, if you are going to tell someone close to you about your goal, that is going to motivate you. Even the person is going to motivate you. Along with that, the need to achieve that thing, the need to fulfill your goal is again something which is going to motivate you. So an excellent way to motivate yourself is to tell someone close to you about your plans, about your goals. If you share your plans, if you share your goals with someone, you will see that you have tried your best, you have given your best to achieve those goals in your life, because you were having two motivational sources. One was the person to whom you have shared the goal. He is continuously going to pinch you. Okay, what have you done? How far you have reached? How close you have reached towards your goal? And second is, you just want to prove yourself. You just want to show other person that yes, I was very firm with my decision and I am working towards the success, towards the accomplishment of my goal. Next is, it can be your colleague or relative. By making your goals known can make you more determined. That's what I told. If you are going to share your goal with the other person, you will see that you are more motivated and you have become more determined to achieve those goals in your life, because you cannot accept the defeat. You cannot accept the eyes of other person questioning that you told you are going to do so many things, but see, you couldn't do that. I was already aware, or the other person saying, okay, it's okay, better luck next time. You don't want that courtesy, don't want that questioning eyes of other person, and that is the reason which makes you more determined if you share your goal with someone. If you really want to achieve something in your life, do two things. First, share your goal with a person who act as a motivational source for you, and second is, just write your goals in written. Both the things are going to help you to achieve your goals successfully in your life. Now, the third step, which is the relation between goal setting and motivation, is measure your progress. Make sure you are always measuring your progress, because measuring your progress will let you know where you have reached till now, and it is also going to motivate you. Let's say you have accomplished 75% of your goal. For that 25%, it is going to motivate you that yes, I've achieved so much and I will achieve that 25% also. That is the motivation which you are going to get if you are going to measure your progress. And that is why we say that always set the measurable goal. That is one of the element of SMART goal. Have a plan to measure your goals and know what you need to do to accomplish them. Just set the plans that how you are going to measure your goals, that how far you have reached, what you have achieved, how much more you need to achieve. Have that plan in your mind. Until and unless you're not going to have that plan in your mind to measure the goals, you won't even know that what else you have to do to accomplish them. So for knowing that thing, let's say there are some loopholes, you need to change your way of achieving the goal, or you are lagging behind. So for knowing all those things, it is very important that you set the plan, that this is the plan, how I'm going to measure my goals, and if required, I'm going to change the way of accomplishing my goals. Second thing is seeing that you have made positive efforts towards your goal can result in even more determination. You know, if we are saying that yes, we are moving close towards our goal, we are moving close towards achieving that, don't you think we become more determined? We get more energy, we get motivated. Okay, this much is left, we are going to do it. You know, it's very easy. Just take the example that you are preparing for your exams, and while preparing for the exams, you see that you have completed 80% of the course and you're really feeling tired, you're really feeling sleepy, and tomorrow is the exam. You know, seeing that you have accomplished that thing, you know, you simply just motivate yourself, and you just get more determined that come on, you have done 80%, let's finish it off 20%, then we can sleep, so that of course will be finished and we are just going to rock the exam. So that is how you motivate yourself, you get more determined, seeing yourself closer to achieve your goals in the life. You know, if you see that you have reached very close, even if there comes some difficulties, some failures, that cannot stop you from achieving that goal, because you are now standing there firm that I am going to achieve and I'm going to overcome all the difficulties which I'm facing. Let's say in the beginning, you have just achieved 10% of the goal and there you get stuck somewhere. You might think of leaving that, no, it is not my cup of tea. But if you have achieved 80% of your goal, if you have reached 80% of your target, for that 20%, you are never going to step back. That is the power of positivity. That is the positivity which you get. That is the determination which you get once you reach close to your goal. For example, if you have planned to raise your sale by 50% by the end of the year, you can check your total every month to ensure you are making incremental progress. Right? It makes sense. Right? That in a year, if I want that my sales should increase by 50%, then for that, if I'm checking my monthly progress, and if I'm saying that yes, every month the graph is showing the upward trend, so you can be assured that yes, by the end of the year, I'm definitely going to increase my sale by 50%. So that is how you measure your goal, and you just get motivated. Even you motivate your sales team. Let's see, we have increased the sale by 10%. Yes, you all can do it. Next month, let's just try more harder to increase it by 20%. That is the motivation you get, and that is the motivation you give to the employees, to the team, to achieve your goal and set objectives. The last thing is reward yourself. Positive reinforcement are one of the most effective motivating factor. You know, many people, what they do, even if they are reaching their goal, close to the goals, they never, they never reward themselves. And when you do not reward yourself, ultimately, you are not motivating yourself. So positive reinforcement is one of the most effective motivational factor. You can give yourself reward for achieving your ultimate goal. The reward need not to be a big monetary reward. Let's say you have just achieved, you have increased your profit by 10%, and for that 10%, you are just getting yourself a new luxurious phone, or you buying a new laptop. No, that is not the reward I'm talking about. A reward can be as small as that you are sparing 1 hour, relax freely without taking any kind of tension, without thinking about your work. That can be a reward of doing your efforts that can be reward of your hard work which you have done to reach closer towards your goal. So it can be as small as sparing an hour for yourself, and it can be as big as just, if you think that you have achieved 50% of the goal, just going out for a day and just relaxing, enjoying with the family. Whatever it is, just make sure you are rewarding yourself. You can give yourself reward for achieving your ultimate goal. For example, you could go for a 10-minute walk after completing an hour of work, or make a major purchase of earning your company an important contract. So major purchase, now you have done something very big for which the company will be paying you, they'll be rewarding you. So for that, you can go for a major purchase depending upon the work which you have accomplished, depending upon the benefit you are getting. On that basis, you are supposed to reward yourself. You need to reward yourself. And it is very important to keep your motivation high, to keep yourself motivated, to deliver the best results. It is very important that you motivate yourself from time to time. So these are the four things which are directly related to setting goals and motivation. And that is why we say that if we set the clear goal, if we measure the progress, if we reward ourselves, and along with the rewarding ourselves, if we share our goal with other person, these are the best ways by which we can move close to our goals. Along with that, we can motivate ourselves for achieving our goals and objectives. So with this, we have finished up with the third module, which was all about goal setting and motivation, that how setting goals motivates the employees. So in goal setting and motivation, we have discussed about the process, how to set the goals. And in setting the goal, we have learned about the most important thing, that is your goals should be the SMART goals. Set the SMART goals for yourself, and SMART goals means specific, measurable, attainable, yet challenging, relevant, and time-based one. If you are following this, if you are setting the SMART goal for your employees, believe me, you will see increased productivity and efficiency in the work which your employees are doing, because SMART goals give the clarity to the employees that what they have to do specifically, and how to check, how to measure the growth and the progress which they have done in setting their goals. So it is very important that you set the specific goal. Along with that, your goals are measurable and attainable. Like measurable, if you remember, we have learned that, let's say you want to increase your sale by 50%. So for increasing the sale by 50%, you are measuring the sale every month to check whether the graph is in the upward trend or it is going down. If it is going down, what are the necessary steps, necessary measures, or what should I do, add more, how I'm going to reevaluate, so that I can reach closer towards my goal. And that is why we say that make the goal measurable, so that by the time you reach the end, you doesn't say that I started with something else and I have got some other result. If you're going to measure the success, if you're going to measure the growth, the progress of your goals, you will see that you are aligned with the goals. Whatever activity, whatever things you are doing are aligned with the ultimate goal which you want to achieve in your life. So make sure your goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Along with this, we have also seen that there are 8 different types of motivation which motivates the employees. That is achievement, power, the negative one, that is the fear motivation, affiliation, competence, attitude, expectancy, and the incentive motivation. So these are the basic type of motivation which helps the manager, which helps the employee to keep, which helps the employer or the team leader to keep their employees motivated. Now, these type of motivation need not to be used or practiced by only the manager or the team leaders. Even the team leaders, the managers, they also need these type of motivation. So every individual who is working into the organization, let it be CEO of the company to the lower grade, lower level employee, whosoever it is, every person need motivation in their life. You know, until and unless you do not have a motive, you cannot achieve anything in your life. And the last thing is how motivation is related to goal setting. If you talk about the relation, the link between them is that if you set the clear goal, it is going to motivate you, make you determined to achieve those goals. If you share your goals with the people, you become more determined. People just give you a push from back to achieve your goal, and they act as a motivational source for you. If you measure the success, if you measure your progress, it helps you to reach closer towards your goal. And the last thing, rewarding yourself will always motivate you to be determined and to achieve something, to achieve those set goals in your life. So with this, we have finished the third module of employee motivation. Now in the next session, we will be discussing about the fourth module of employee motivation, and in fourth module, we'll be talking about the motivation on job, how to build our own motivational plan. We'll be talking about building our own motivational plan, and then we will start with the motivational theories which are used in the organization to keep your employees motivated. So with this, we are done with today's session. Bye bye. Have a wonderful day.